Hey, Larry, you there?
Jeff, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, nothing much. How's things out there in North Carolina?
Man, things are awesome. I'm excited to be on the webinar. Are we broadcasting yet or anything?
Yeah, we're live right now, and I'm really excited because I know
okay.
all the things you're doing out there right now in North Carolina. These properties you're buying for 3,000, 5,000, and selling them with these huge profits. Why don't we go in and get started? How's that sound?
Man, that sounds great. It looks like we got a lot of people hopping on the line here. And can you guys hear us out there? Just pop in on your chat there if you can hear us and let us know you can hear us. Okay, yeah. Angie, okay, I see. Good. Yeah, excellent. They can hear us. They can hear us, Jeff.
All right, well, let's get this started. Folks, it's Jeff Adams. I'm really excited to be with you tonight. You know, when I first heard of how Larry Goins was buying dirt cheap houses at only $5,000 and selling for only $30,000 on a buyer's list without any cash or credit, I just had to get him on the line here tonight to teach you exactly how he does it. Isn't that right, Larry?
Yeah, man, and I'm really excited. I got to tell you, Jeff, you and I have had many conversations. We talk on a regular basis, and you know now, right now, it's the perfect storm to be doing what we're doing and what I'm going to share with your students today.
Absolutely. And just to give a little background on Larry, he's been a mortgage broker for over 13 years. He's a hard money lender. He does funding all over the United States. He's been a licensed real estate broker since 1986, been a contractor since 1987. He was the former president of the Metrolina Real Estate Investors Association in 2003-2004, which is the largest nonprofit investor association in the Carolinas. And on top of that, Larry has created a unique system. You will be amazed when you see how easy it works. His Filthy Riches system is actually faster, easier, and safer than wholesaling. Larry has bought and sold houses in 10 different states and never looked at a single one of them. Wow, that's amazing, Larry.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's really cool. It really is. And I've got a lot of great step-by-step details that I'm going to share with your students today.
By the way, Larry, I know you usually don't do this, but would you mind sticking around at the end for some Q&A?
Well, for you, Jeff, I guess we can do that.
All right, that sounds awesome.
Well, go ahead and submit your questions there on your screen, and we'll try to stick around and answer all your questions. If we don't get to all of them, I promise you, we'll give you a call and answer your detailed questions. So take a lot of notes. It's going to be like drinking from a fire hydrant. So, Jeff, if you're ready to go, I'm going to slip my headset on here right quick. You might hear a click or something, but I'm going to get my headset and we'll be ready to go.
Sounds good. Take it away, Larry.
Well, let me see if I can get my video up here so you can see me. Hey, how you doing? I really appreciate you joining us today. We got a lot to cover, a lot of really good information. This is cutting edge. This is a brand new training webinar that we just put together. So I'm really, really excited for you. And I'm really excited about what I have to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. What if I could share with you a system to build an autopilot business, buying houses no one else wants, in the next 30 days, guaranteed? And what if it was a proven system, so easy you could do it anywhere in the U.S. from the comfort of your own home with none of your own cash, credit, or experience, and I would even provide you with all the money you need to do it. And here's the best part. What if you could get the entire system absolutely free? Now, first of all, you might be thinking, why would I want to listen to Larry Goins? You might even be thinking, who is Larry Goins? Well, just real quick, this is not the biography channel, but I have been a licensed real estate broker since 1984. I've been a general contractor since 1985. I used to sell stocks, bonds, and mutual funds in the 80s and been in the mortgage business since 96. And I was also the president of Metrolina Real Estate Investors Association, which is the largest nonprofit investors group in the Carolinas. Now, I am a firm believer in education, okay? You name the seminar, you name the speaker, you name the author, the trainer, the home study course, and I probably have it. In fact, this is a screenshot of 4 of my 6 bookcases that I have with all the different education and training. And this doesn't even include the books. These are just the home study courses, actually. So I am a firm believer in education. I bought my first house in 1986. I've literally bought and sold hundreds of houses in the last 27, 28 years, just to give you an idea about my investing experience. Now, a lot of people think, well, maybe if they hear this concept, this is all I've ever done. That's not true. This right here is everything that got me to where I am today to create this filthy riches strategy and system. So I have done residential, I've done commercial, multifamily, I've purchased triple net lease properties like Dollar Generals and Shoney's restaurants and AutoZone not restaurants, but AutoZones. I've invested in mobile home parks, land development. I've done subdivisions. I've also done wholesaling, retailing, lease options, short sales, subject tos, and even rental property. I've used cash, hard money, traditional financing, private money, partnerships, private placement, equity participation as well. And I don't tell you this to impress you. I just tell it to you to impress upon you that this strategy I'm getting ready to share with you is based on years and years and years of experience in different markets. Now, we have a company called Investors Rehab. We wholesale property, we buy and sell discounted notes, and we have seller finance properties nationwide. I've done deals personally in many, many different states across the U.S. Now, this is my team that's in my office buying and selling deals. And I wanted to show you my team to let you know that I don't personally have to do this anymore. I have people in my office that are doing it. And they're really, really good at what they do. And I don't want to show you this team and you think, oh my gosh, there's no way I can ever do this. I don't have a team like this. I don't have an office. I don't have any way to do this. Well, just remember, when I started out, I did not have a team. I did every single thing I'm getting ready to share with you and every single thing that my team does by myself. So everything I'm getting ready to share with you, you can do it and you can do it by yourself, just like I did and started out. And if you want to build a team like this, that's great. You can do that as well. Now, I also wanted to share with you our mission statement because you'll see this mission statement hanging up in our office. And I think it's important that no matter who you do business with, whether you're buying houses or using a lender or investing in education, I think it's important that you know who you're dealing with. And this is our mission statement. And our mission statement is to provide hope, encouragement, and opportunity to individuals and their families by providing quality products, services, properties, and mentoring based on ethical, moral, and biblical principles. And I think whatever your belief system is, this is just the way we feel like that we need to run our business. Although this webinar is all about making money, I think it's very, very important to let you know that money is not everything. I mean, we support a lot of different charities and ministries and different things and help a lot of people. This is a wall that we have up in our office with pictures of people that we've helped. And we're a firm believer that nobody can help everybody. However, everybody can help somebody. And these are canceled checks up here. And you'll see checks up here, not for $50 or $100, but hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 checks up here. And these are people that we have helped. Some of them we've helped pay their medical bills. Some of them we have helped pay their mortgage to allow them to stay in their house. There's just a lot of different things that we've done to help people. And I think it's very important that we let you know about that because you've got to have a why. You've got to have a purpose. And this is part of our why and part of our purpose. Also, to let you know a little bit about what I do in my spare time, I love to play guitar. I love all different kinds of music. In fact, this guitar is a picture of a guitar that I actually built. I have a design patent on it, and I built it back in the 80s, as you can tell. Van Halen is one of my favorite groups. And I've played with a lot of different famous musicians. This is a picture of Lita Ford and myself backstage at the MGM Grand. We played there a few months back, and this is us backstage. And this next picture is a picture of me jamming with some of the guys that we were playing with, as well as Gene Simmons. He came in and sat in with us for a little bit, which was really, really cool. And that's what I like to do in my spare time. Anymore, it seems like I only get to play music in the church praise team unless I'm going out doing something like this, but this was a lot of fun. Okay, just real quick. This is a copy of my book here, and it's called Getting Started in Real Estate Day Trading, and it's in bookstores everywhere. And Michael Gerber, author of The E-Myth, who is a New York Times bestselling author, he actually wrote the foreword to me. I have a new book that's out called HUD Homes Half Off. It's a simple guide for buying HUD homes at 50, 40, even 30% of value. I've shared the stage with Susie Orman, Michael Gerber, Tony Robbins, Kiyosaki, and even Donald Trump. Although I don't have a college degree, I have been able to go out and speak, and people invite me to share the stage with all these different people. In fact, we now have students using our system making money in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, China, Israel, the Philippines, Ireland, Chile, and even Denmark. And we give our students support. I'm in the office one day and I get a call from somebody and they say, Larry, I'm one of your students and I'm calling you from Denmark. So guys, I got to tell you, I'm a little bit geographically challenged. So I said, Denmark, what state is that in? So we had a good laugh. And then he told me about what he was doing, buying houses in the US using my system from Denmark. In fact, real estate has been very, very good to me. My family and I have just moved into a brand new 6-bedroom luxury home in Lake Wylie, South Carolina. And this is what it looks like. Now, this is what a luxury home looks like in South Carolina. So that room right there on the very top, now that's my room, baby. So I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Okay, what is Filthy Riches? It's a proven system for buying and selling cheap houses anywhere in the U.S. that no one else wants, with none of your own cash, credit, and zero risk. Then selling the property at 3 to 6 times what you paid with seller financing and a low down payment to an investor or first-time home buyers, all with no buyer's list. Then you could sell the note for immediate cash or collect the monthly payments over 10 years. Now, I'm going to show you how to sell the note if you need immediate cash, but I want you to remember our goal is to keep the note, okay? That's what our goal is, to keep the note. It's the fastest, safest, easiest way to put $11,000 to $18,000 cash in your pocket in the next 30 days, guaranteed. In fact, it's even faster, easier, and safer than wholesaling. Everybody talks about wholesaling is the fastest way to get started. I got to tell you, if I was starting over from scratch and I had no money, no cash, no credit, this is exactly what I would do to get started, to put some money in my pocket in the next 30 days. Now, let me tell you the secret to why this works so well. You want to sell the property at 3 to 6 times what you paid for it, okay? Now, for example, you can't sell a $100,000 house for $300,000 to $600,000, even with seller financing. However, you can easily sell a $5,000 house for $20,000 to $30,000 with seller financing and payments less than rent. You should write this down. Payments less than rent. Now, you can also sell a $20,000 house for $60,000 to $100,000 with seller financing and payments less than rent. Now, just to let you know, I have done this on deals as low as $2,200 and as high as $23,000. Okay, but on average, we do $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 deals, and so I'm going to use as an example $5,000 on these deals. But I want to let you know, you don't have to buy a $5,000 house. You can do this on a $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 house, and it works just the same. But I'm going to use an example of a $5,000 house. Okay. Now, I just recently pulled up a screenshot from hotpads.com where you can find a lot of properties. And I did a search based on the search criteria that we use to find these houses. And we look for at least 3 bedrooms, at least $30,000 or less in price. Okay. Doesn't mean we're going to pay 30, but that's what we're looking for. And if you notice here in the top left, which I'll do a little close up of it, there's 41,471 properties that meet the criteria. So I don't care where you live. It doesn't really matter. Now, of course, there aren't these properties everywhere. You won't find them in the Bay Area of California or Orange County, California. You won't find them in Manhattan. But let me tell you something. There's plenty of these places that you can find these properties and you can make money on these deals, okay? Now, we do all of our business by phone, fax, FedEx, email, and the internet, okay? We never leave the office. We never look at the properties. And as I mentioned, I've done deals in many, many different states right from our office in Lake Wiley, South Carolina, which means you can basically easily do this anywhere. In fact, I don't even buy much in my own market where we live. We go outside because it's more important to find the property than the market. In fact, a lot of people say, what's a good market? What's a good market? Well, it's a lot easier for me to tell you the markets to stay away from. Okay. You want to stay out of the depressed areas. And of course, areas where there aren't any properties priced $30,000 or less. Let me give you a quick example. Here's a property that was listed for $14,900, just under $15,000, and we paid $5,000. Now notice it's not the Taj Mahal, but remember, everybody has to live somewhere, okay? Now, notice here, this is a settlement statement that shows the real estate commission. Out of $5,000, the real estate commission was $1,200. Now, I point this out because a lot of people are thinking in their mind that why would an agent want to deal with a $5,000 house? They might make $150, which is 3%. Well, on most of these listing agreements, they're going to have a minimum amount of commission. And in this case, the minimum was $1,200. So the bank netted actually $3,800 on this deal, minus their other closing costs that they had, of course. Okay. So this is what the bank actually netted on this property, $12.10. Would you look at that? $12.10. Now, I point this out for a reason. Okay. I point this out because I want you to think about this. When the bank is selling, and by the way, most of these properties are bank owned, not all of them, but a lot of them are bank owned. When they're selling a property like this, it's more important for them to get that property off their books than it is how much they net on this property. These properties are liabilities to the bank, not assets. They're liabilities. That's why we're able to pick up these properties so cheap, where the bank nets hardly nothing on the property, okay? I've actually done deals before where on the closing statement, the bank had to bring money to closing to be able to close the deal. Now, what does that tell you? That definitely tells you it was a liability to the bank and not an asset. Okay, let's move on. Just one of the ways I'm going to show you how to sell it is to list it on eBay. In this example, we're going to list it on eBay for $30,000. The bid is for the down payment. And I'm going to do it with no reserve, meaning if only one person bids, they won that property. And I'm going to start the bidding at $1. Now, you might be thinking if you set a reserve, that way you make sure you get at least the reserve amount. For example, if I put my price at $30,000, but they're bidding on the down payment, if I put my reserve at $1,000, that means if the winning bidder was $900, then I didn't sell my property, okay? I don't have to sell it to them. But by doing no reserve and by starting my bid at $1, I ensure that I get a lot more people bidding on the property. In fact, I've never, ever, ever sold a house for as little as $1,000 down, okay? So let's just take a look at this. Let's just use an example of $1,000, which is what I'm going to use throughout my training here on the webinar. But I've never, ever sold a house with as little as $1,000 down. So let's look at, in this example, $1,000 down, $29,000 financed by you, 10 years, 11%. That's a payment of $399.48 per month to you, okay? Total payments on this is $47,937.60, okay? That's $399.48 times the 10 years. Minus the $5,000 that I paid when I bought the property. That's a $42,937 profit. I'm going to add back in my $1,000 that I got from my eBay buyer, and I made a net $43,937.60. Now, yes, I had to wait 10 years to get that because I got it in increments of $399.48 a month. But that's for 10 whole years. In fact, guys, that is 119.84% return on my money the first year. I mean, think about it. I bought it for $5,000. I got $1,000 down. Now I have $4,000 in the property. But my buyer is paying me almost $400 a month. Times 12, that's $4,800. That's over 100% return on my money the first year. Now, that's 100% cash flow with no mortgage. There's not even an underlying mortgage. That's 100% cash flow with no mortgage. Can you see now why I'm so excited about this strategy. I am really, really excited about this strategy. You could also sell the note for cash now, but I want you to remember our goal is to keep the note. Our goal is to keep the note. We could sell the note at a 20% yield and get a little over $20,000 for it. In other words, if we sold this note, this $29,000 note, to someone who wanted cash flow and wanted a return on their $20,000, if they gave us $20,671.76, their yield would be 20%. If we sold it to them where their yield is 25% on their money, then they would pay us $17,560. Even if we had to sell the note for a 30% yield, we would still cash out $15,153.75. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Even if we had to sell the note at the highest yield and only got $15,153 minus the $5,000 we paid for it, that's a net profit of $10,153 plus the $1,000 from my buyer, I made a net $11,153.75 on a rundown $5,000 house the bank practically gave away. Now you can see why I'm so excited about this, okay? So let me tell you why this is so easy. Anybody can do it. There's no loan required for you. There's no loan required for your buyer. There's no cash needed from you. There's no problem finding properties or buyers. There's no credit application or credit check required from you. There's no appraisal required. There's no financing delay. There's no limit on where you can buy. And there's practically no competition out here doing this. In fact, I want you to write this down. I control the property, the buyer, the financing, and the closing. I control the property, the buyer, the financing, and the closing. Guys, there's no part of a real estate transaction that I'm not in control of. I am in control of everything. And that's what I want to be. I want to be in control. I don't have to worry about appraisers or lenders or underwriters or any of that stuff. I'm in control of the whole thing, okay? In fact, there's no competition. See, everybody else is chasing the bigger deals. These are deals that nobody else is chasing out there. I have a 7-step quick start system, and I'm going to go through it step by step by step. So take a lot of notes. Step number 1 is funding your deal. Step number 1 is funding your deal. Now, funding your deal is actually the easiest part. In fact, you only need $5,000 plus or minus. You might need a little less. You might need a little bit more. And you only need it one time. Because remember, if you buy the property and you sell it and then you sell the note and you cash out $15,000, even you net $11,000, you can go out and buy 2 more on your own, even if you borrowed the money on the first one. And guess what? I will fund your first one for you. And I'm not concerned about your credit. I'm not concerned about your job history, your credit, your whatever. It doesn't really matter. I am going to be looking at the property. And how comfortable is that, knowing that you've had somebody that's literally done thousands of these deals, looking over your shoulder, making sure that we've got a moneymaker, okay? Even if you only use me for your first one. Now, I will fund more than your first one, but even if you only use me for your first one, it will help you to be able to make sure that you've got a moneymaker that you and I both will make some money on, okay? Now, step number 2 is to locate. By the way, wasn't funding easy enough? Step number 2 is to locate. It's very important that the property not be a total rehab. We're going to look for properties that, of course, yes, they need some work, but not a total gut job. For example, here are some samples of what not to look for. And I know these are extreme, but these are exterior samples. Let me show you some interior samples. Now, if the sheetrock is gone, if the ceiling's caving in, the floor's falling in, now mold can be your friend, but if there's mold throughout the whole house, just forget about it, okay? This is not what we're looking for. Here are some samples of what to look for. Now notice, these aren't the Taj Mahal, okay? They're not going to be very big, nice houses in great neighborhoods, okay? Now, as long as you stay out of the war zones, there's nothing wrong with these small little houses because, remember, everybody has to live somewhere, okay? And here's some interior shots. Notice it's not in the greatest of shape. It may or may not be somewhere you or I would want to live, but just remember, everybody has to live somewhere, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to search for properties listed $30,000 or less, and we're going to start out our offer around 20 to 30% of asking price. Okay, 20 to 30%. We're probably going to end up around 30 to 33, 35%, no more than 35% of the asking price. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm going to provide you with every single source needed to find more properties than you can ever handle. We've got all the different sites that you need to go to, like realtor.com, propbot.com, even Zillow and Trulia.com. You can find them a tremendous amount of places. In fact, I'm going to give you many, many more to go to. And remember, every one of these can be done online with zero marketing cost. And I say that because every single site I'm going to give you, there's no membership, there's nothing to pay for. It's absolutely free. You just go out there and you find the properties and you make the offers. Okay. You can also find great deals on eBay. Here's a house that I bought that I paid $2,550 on eBay. Okay. Notice it's not the Taj Mahal. Okay. But it's a house that we were able to turn around and sell and make a lot of money on. Okay. Now let's talk about finding more deals than you can handle on the internet. I like to use a browser called Firefox. It's free. You can get it at mozilla.com. But about every other browser uses this same technique called tabbed browsing now, but Firefox was actually the first one to come out with it. And the neat thing about tabbed browsing is, you know how you can save favorites in your bookmarks? Well, you can save groups of favorites and you can organize them. Well, I got to thinking, how in the world can I use this in my real estate investing? The very first way I thought of were newspapers. In my market, there's 11 different newspapers that we like to read the classifieds for the real estate. So I went to the very first one, the Charlotte Observer. I clicked on classifieds, I clicked on real estate, I found all the listings, and I bookmarked it in that group called My Newspapers. Then I opened up another little tab, and I went to the next one, the Gaston Gazette. I clicked on classifieds, clicked on real estate, I found all the listings, and I bookmarked it in that group. I did that with the Shelby Star, the Shelby Shopper, the Rock Hill Herald, Monroe Inquirer, Statesville Landmark, Belmont Banner, Lincoln Times, Gaffney Ledger. When I was done, I had 11 different newspapers all open to the real estate listings of the classifieds. So now on Monday morning when I want to search the classifieds, well, let me back up. On Monday morning when my team searches the classifieds, all they have to do is open up that group called My Newspapers, and it opens and loads 11 different newspapers right to the real estate listings of the classifieds. And how many papers did I have to buy? Zero papers. Now I got to thinking, if I can do this with newspapers, what else can I do this with? Okay. And I got to tell you, it took me about 14 months of research and development. But after 14 months, I came up with my ultimate internet search system for my Filthy Riches training. And when you import, that's just a fancy word for bookmarks, by the way, guys. It took me over a year to create. But it literally has every single site that you will ever need for real estate investing. So whenever you import my bookmarks into your browser, and if you don't want to import them, it's not a big deal. Even though I give you a DVD tutorial that shows you and it walks you through and you can have it done in less than 2 minutes, you don't even have to import them. I have a web-based version that you can go to and use as well. It's already set up for you. So, but when you do start to use it, I give you a totally customizable search system for not only newspaper sites, but note buying sites, real estate auction sites, government auction, GIS, realtor, MLS, foreclosure, private lenders, REO sites, people finder, note servicing companies, neighborhood analysis, property preservation, free appraisal, virtual assistants, virtual closing coordinators, and much, much more. You can literally get online, find your properties, negotiate your deal, do all your due diligence, turn around and sell that property with no buyer's list and never leave your computer. In fact, I give my students lifetime updates. Anytime we make an update to our search system, we upload it to a special page for our students, and then they get an email that says, I've just made an update to your bookmarks. So that way you're always on the cutting edge and know exactly what we're doing when we're doing it. In fact, I just recently updated your Filthy Riches internet search system. And it includes, you can find appraisers, you can find attorneys, title companies, home inspectors, discounts on building material, mobile marketing, databases, autoresponders, anything that you would need, all the social media sites, social networking sites, the community sites for real estate, pretty much any and everything you would ever need, where to find a virtual assistant, and much, much more. Now let's move on to step number 3 is risk-free offers. Most people are afraid to make offers on properties because their biggest fear is, what if somebody takes it? So I'm going to show you how to make risk-free offers. In fact, we have 3 ways to make offers: phone, email, and automated. I'm going to go through them for you. Number 1 is phone, on the phone. You basically need a proven script and the Filthy Riches analyzer, okay? You need a proven script and the Filthy Riches analyzer. That's all you really need to be able to make your first offer on the first phone call. In fact, we have a little analyzer. It sits right on your desktop, and it'll work on a PC, a Mac, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And all you simply do is enter in the list price of the property or the asking price of the property and the percent you want to offer, and it will tell you how much to offer. It'll tell you how much you're going to sell it for, and based on the down payment, it's going to tell you exactly how much you're going to make. And if you're going to sell the note, it'll tell you exactly how much you're going to get for that note. So check this out. You know how much money you're going to make on the property before you ever make your first offer on the property. Is that great or what? In fact, everybody on the training today gets a free copy of my Filthy Riches analyzer. It's not a trial version. There's nothing to opt in for. There's nothing to buy. You're going to get it absolutely free, and you can analyze your deals literally in 2 seconds flat. Okay, so just stay on. I promise you, I'm going to tell you how you can get it absolutely free. Now, we also make our offers by email. What you want to do is sign up for email notification with realtors, and you're going to tell them to send you all the properties that are listed for $30,000 or less and email your offers. Let me show you what this looks like. When a realtor sends you an email notification, it looks like this. Notice this property here, 225 71st Street in Birmingham, Alabama. And we bought a lot of houses in Birmingham over the years, okay? Here's my offer. Look at this. Please offer 26% on these 2. That is my offer. Here's his response a few days later. Larry, on this one, they're asking $19,900. You offered $52.50. They countered at $17,000. Now, the neat thing about bank-owned properties, anytime a property is on the market for more than 30 days, they lower the price, okay?
That wow factor. I want you to open it up and say, wow, I don't remember Larry talking about this. This is great. I don't remember that. That's great. See, I'm a firm believer in giving people more than they expect. And I really appreciate your confidence in me, and I won't let you down. Now, all of our training ships out from our office in Lake Wylie, South Carolina. It doesn't come from Texas or Utah or California or anywhere else. It comes right from Lake Wylie. We control it, so I've got some extra bonuses that I'm going to put in there for you as well. And you should get your training in about 5 to 7 days, okay? Depending on where you live, but you should get it in about 5 to 7 days. So just remember, I'm here to help you. And we look forward to your success in helping you create your own Filthy Riches. And Jeff, hey buddy, thanks a lot for having me on. I hope your students got a lot of good information out of this.
Yeah, the call was awesome, Larry. I really appreciate all your input. And folks, I can tell you this right now. I've been out to Larry's office. I've seen his operation. I mean, he's buying houses all over the place. He's the real deal. He's not one of these fly-by-night so-called gurus out there that, got started up 2 years ago and is now conquering the world and trying to portray something that he's not. He's the real deal. I mean, licensed broker, president of a real estate investing club. He's actually in the business, been through several different market cycles. That's key, folks. I can tell you this right now. Real estate's always changing. You have to know different market cycles, and Larry is a master at navigating through the different market cycles that come up. So to be one of the first 12 people to get signed up, go to www.jeffadams.com/Larry. That's www.jeffadams.com/Larry. And also call my office at 1-800-574-9221. We do have operators standing by. Hey, thank you, Larry, for all your time and giving us great information you gave out on the call here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Hey, man, it's no problem. It's my pleasure. I really appreciate you having me on. And, guys, if you're still on, if we didn't get to your question, or if you think of a question right now you want to submit before it's over, just submit your question right there on the dashboard, and we'll make sure we get in touch with you and get it answered for you. So thanks a lot, everybody. I really appreciate it. Look forward to working with you, and have a great day.